Hey, fellow babies. Welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We're struggling along, but we appreciate your Patreon patronage. So if you are a patron, thank you. If you have a Twitch account and you're an Amazon Prime member, can you link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account? They'll pay us. Costs you nothing. You're already paying for it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also sponsor us there. So instructions are in the show description. All right, so our question from Twitter from @JimStone55: is it smarter for Sony to continue down its quad A path with games that take a long time to create but sell 20 million units, or should it focus more on games with recurring revenue streams like Fortnite and Roblox? Why do you believe it didn't spend more money marketing Dreams when it fell into that category? How much value is there in Sony continuing to fund smaller, more experimental games? First order businesses, quad A is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like, oh my God, we've gone past gold and platinum and diamond, and now we need to find like some new kryptonite, element to describe the best. It's so stupid. AAA is AAA. I don't care what Sony calls it. Nobody's going to say that Rockstar or Ubisoft jam their games out every year, because they don't. They take 7 years as well. It is just a stupid term. So let's try to not dignify Sony and give them credit for coming up with a stupid idea. I'm going to call them AAA from here on. As far as 20 million units or recurring revenue streams like Fortnite or Roblox, the business is not binary. There are two big basic models of making money. One is to sell games and one is to sell in-app purchases. And there are plenty of hybrids between the two. So, if you sell 20 million games, that's great. But if you sell, 5 million units and then you have 100 million a year recurring revenue business, and that's something like a Rainbow Six, there's nothing wrong with that either. And so, I think that you can build a nice business from the recurring revenue in-app purchase business. The Roblox, Fortnite examples are pure free-to-play from the get-go, and that is something that Sony doesn't actually have any particular experience or competency to deliver. They don't really know how to do it. It's easier said than done. I think that Take-Two has done it to some extent with NBA, to a massive extent with GT Online, and nothing else in its portfolio is really big on recurring revenue. EA's done a phenomenal job with Ultimate Team, and not much else, beyond the sports stuff. Activision is the one I think that stands out, that has figured out between Blizzard and Activision Publishing how to do, game in-app purchase behind a paywall and push the in-app purchase in front of a paywall. So Call of Duty Mobile, Call of Duty Warzone, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, all in front, no paywall, and then Overwatch behind a paywall. So they've been pretty good at, kind of figuring out a hybrid model. But the core is, these companies are like movie studios. And so they make, self-contained experiences, and that people are willing to pay for, just like you're willing to pay for a movie. The Roblox Fortnite example, those are not self-contained experiences. Those never end. They keep iterating and evolving. And so, today's Fortnite is not the same as Fortnite 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Roblox keeps getting better because it has user-generated new games inside. But those are both free to play with in-app purchase. So I don't think Sony can pursue that business model. I don't think they know how to do it. I think you're asking the question about Sony rather than asking it about a game publisher. It makes sense for a game publisher to do all the different business models and maximize profits. It doesn't make sense for a console manufacturer, because once you start creating free-to-play games, you don't need a console anymore. You can play Fortnite on your phone. You can play Roblox on your PC. So, Sony, if they want to continue to sell consoles and they want to continue to collect on PlayStation Plus, they need exclusive content, and that's why they're pursuing this quad A, AAA strategy. Their first-party games are the differentiator that gets people to say, I want a PlayStation instead of an Xbox, or I want a PlayStation instead of playing on my PC. So I think, they don't need more than one or two a year, and they have about, 10 big brands that are kind of they're known for. So I think, doing one every 7 years for half of them makes sense, and doing the others a bit more frequently makes sense. So, games like MLB. But I think that as a console manufacturer, they don't need as many exclusives that are first party to sell the consoles. And so I think it's better to make sure that they're going to move 20 million consoles. Uncharted will move 20 million consoles. The question on Dreams, I think that was kind of a niche product. I mean, it's a good game, but it doesn't have broad appeal. It's a different type of experience, and it's a really good game. But Sony is just odd. They only put their money behind their big propositions like Horizon, Uncharted, the stuff that Days Gone, the stuff that they think is going to be a 20 million unit seller. And some of them, like Days Gone, end up not being that big, but they're still exclusives. Dreams just was not going to be a console seller. Dreams is a console seller, I think, for younger audiences, for parents with kids. And I really think Sony just decided that was a couple million unit seller, not worth marketing support. Anyway, hope that's responsive to your question, but I don't see them getting into the free-to-play model ever. It's just not their DNA. It's hard to do. And the reason there are such few free-to-play standalone companies is it's hard. And the bulk of the free-to-play companies are mobile. So Sony's not even in mobile. They've already proven they don't understand handheld with PSP and Vita. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. If you're a Patreon patron, we thank you for your patronage. If you're a Twitch Prime member and you have linked your account to your Amazon Prime account, thank you very much for getting paid. If you are subscribing on YouTube, thank you very much for your support. If you're doing none of those, follow Shane at Dinfire on Twitter. Follow Sifted at Sifted Games on Twitter. Follow me at Michael Pachter on Twitter. We'll see you next time.